Hi guys, my name's Jim and welcome to Six String Studies. Now today we're going to be looking at the Minor Pentatonic Scale in the key of A minor. Over the course of this week and perhaps into next week as well, we're going to be looking at all 5 positions and we're going to be looking at how to play licks in those positions. But crucially, we're going to be looking at how to play the same lick in all 5 positions. And this is going to help you build up a working knowledge of the fretboard, and you're going to be able to translate one lick, for example, in position 1 and play it easily in position 3 or position 5 or whatever you want to do. So every time you learn a lick, you should really be learning 5 licks. You're going to translate it through all 5 positions. But if this is your first time here, welcome. I would invite you to subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you don't miss any lessons. And you can also have a look at Six String Studies Book 1, which is a free download for you. I'll leave a link in the description. And if you like that, check out Six String Studies Book 2. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to the lesson. Okay, the Minor Pentatonic Scale. We're going to be studying this in the key of A minor, and we need to start this on the 5th fret of the low E string, the 6th string, okay, with our first finger on that 5th fret. Sounds like this. So basically we're going to allocate a finger to each fret from the 5th to the 8th. So anything that happens on the 5th fret, your first finger takes care of. Anything on the 7th fret, your third finger will take care of. And anything on the 8th fret, your little finger will take care of. Your second finger is not used. So we're going to go 5, 8 on the E string for the notes A and C. We're then going to walk down with our first finger and release the little finger to play 5, 7 on the A string for the notes D and E. We then walk across again to the 5th fret of the D string and we're going to play 5, 7 again. We've got G and A there, so we have that is a minor pentatonic scale. We have 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, i.e. pent, and the tonic bit means from the root. 5 notes from the root, pentatonic. Carrying on into our second octave, we have the 5th fret of the G and then the 7th fret with fingers 1 and 3 again. Carrying on, we have 5, 8 on the B string. And then 5, 8 on the high E string. There we are. Now this is given the formula 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, and then octave. 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. So now we've looked at the scale, we're going to look at a lick, and it sounds like this. Quite a simple idea, but we've got to start with simple ideas so that we can easily translate them across the board. So we'll start with our third finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and we're going to slide it up to the 7th fret. From there, we're going to perform a finger roll just by moving our wrist backwards and tipping the finger downwards, so we play the 7 on the G. So we have. Then we reverse that, back to that 7D. Our first finger now plays the 5th fret on the G, and we do a quarter tone bend. So far. Then we go back to the 7th fret on the D, and and then a very quick hammer from 5 to 7 on this same D string, add vibrato. That's the first lick. Okay, let's look at position 2 of the A minor pentatonic scale. These are the same notes, but instead of starting on the root note A, we're going to start on the minor third, or the flat 3, the note C. None of the notes are going to be any different, we're just starting them in a different order and from a different point of the neck. So we're going to play this. So, start with your second finger. Again, we're lining up fingers 1, 2, 3 and 4. I find this is the best way, at least initially. You can come up with your own fingerings when you're more proficient at this. So we're going 8th fret with the second finger on the low E string. Our 4th finger then plays the 10th fret on the same string. We now play 7 and 10 with fingers 1 and 4 on the A string. We do the same again, 7 and 10 on the D string. So far we have. We're now moving to the G string to play frets 7 and 9 with fingers 1 and 3. Now from here on in, you could do 2 and 4 on frets 8 and 10 and the same again on the E string. I prefer to use 1 and 3 on frets 8 and 10 on that B string, and the same for the E string, 8 and 10. I just find it much easier to go 1 3 1 3 1 3 rather than 1 3 2 4 2 4. It's just a bit faster as well. So we have now let's translate the lick that we learned here to position 2. Now we started on that 5th fret in position 1. So what we need to do is find the octave of that. So to find the octave, we're going to go along 3, down 2. So we're now starting on the 8th fret of the B string with our 3rd finger still, nothing's changed. We're going to do that slide to 10, finger roll, back again. So first finger plays the 8th fret on the E string, there's that quarter tone bend, back to the 10 on the B string, and then a quick hammer from 8 to 10 on the same B string, and add vibrato. So in position 1, in position 2, there we go. Okay, a quick note about how to execute these scales, or any scales, cleanly. What we don't want is this, and you'll hear there's going to be a lot of ringing going on here and some notes coming through that shouldn't be there. I'm going to do that on purpose and then show you how to correct it. So by the time you get down to this E string, if I stop the E string, that's what's going on behind it. Okay, to avoid that, we're going to do this. We play the E string as normal. When we go to the A string, we set our first finger so it's just touching the underside of the E string, and we're also letting it lay across the rest of the strings here so that we have lots of muting going on. The E string is muted, the D string is muted, so is the G and the B and the top E. But the string you want to hear is cleanly delivered. So when When we go down to the D string, the same thing applies to the first finger. We're clipping above and everything beneath the string we want to hear, but now we have to use our right hand just to rest on that E string. So now we have the right hand's got involved now. Carry on. And as you go through, you're still going to be doing the same actions with the first finger to mute above and beneath the intended string, and your right hand is going to have to come down gently and slowly and precisely to mute the strings you don't want to hear. So if I go through the whole scale, so by the time we get to the E string, all the strings above it are muted. On the way back, your first finger is going to take care of the strings beneath it and immediately above again, and you're going to just bring that hand, that right hand, out of the way. So when we get back to our A note there, nothing else is ringing. Takes a bit of time to get this going, but it's really important so we get clean tones, clean notes. When you're doing solos, etc., you're not going to get any duff noises coming through. All right, so there you go, guys. That was part 1 in our look at minor pentatonics. We're going to be looking at position 3, 4, and 5 in the next lesson. Make sure you get positions 1 and 2 learnt, and you need to get it so you can do it basically in your sleep. So it's a lot of repetition, a lot of practice. Make sure you're paying attention to that finger muting we discussed, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.